Hi, Micheline. This is me. All right, so you had a question about this problem, right? And so you wanted to know how I knew that I had to put a decimal point here, and why not here or here or here, right? So that was your question. All right, so the rule for scientific notation is as follows. So this is the format of a scientific notation. A times 10 to the power of n, right? And so A here must be a number, oops, a number between um, 1 and 10, but 10 excluded, right? Meaning that it could be 9.99999, but not 10, right? So that's what I mean between 1 and 10. Okay? So that's how I know that I'm going to use the values here for 709, right? Because those values are other than zeros, right? And then I'm going to put the decimal point right after the 4, right? Because 4 is a number between 1 and 10. So for example, if I had uh, let me go the other way around. Let's say I have 4,560. No, that's too easy. Hold on a second. Let's say I have 123,055 or 54, for example, right? So I want to express this in scientific notation, right? But so 123,000 is not a number between 1 and 10, but I can convert that into a value between 1 and 10 just by putting a decimal point next to the 1. And then now I have what? 1.23054 times, and then the 10 to the power of n, right, is gonna, you know, is gonna tell me, oh, well, that decimal point has to go, 5 units or 6 units to the right. That's all it does to be equivalent. So here will be 10, and then I know that decimal point is gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So because I'm going to the right, then the exponent is positive 5. Okay? So here's another example. If I had, let's say, point 0.00051993, right? Again, I'm going to use the 5113. I don't want any zeros because, there's no zero involved. And so I know that I'm going to put the decimal point right there at 5.193 because that 5.193 is a value between 1 and 10. So it's going to be 5.193, right, times 10 to the power of what? To reproduce this number, I have to go from that decimal point to the other one. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to the left, right? I went 4 units to the left, so I have to put -4 here. Okay, so hopefully I clarified your your confusion here, and so that's why here, right, that value should always be between 1 and 10. All right, so let's get to the other questions. You had a question on y for number 12, so let's go to number 12 there. Here we go. Number 12, where we check, why am I using 0, 0? Well, initially, right, so let me kind of erase this part right here, right? So let me erase that, right? All right, so, oops. All right, so, all right, so this is where we are now, right? We have the boundary line, but we don't know where the solution area is. So that's why we will need to test. I can take any point on either side, right? So it doesn't really matter what point I use, right? So if I say, okay, well, let me use this point right here, for example, right? And this point is, let's say this is -8 and -7. So that point is -8, -7, right? So I just use any point. And my goal is to determine, right, whether this point here is going to satisfy this inequality, right? So the -8 represent X, the -7 represent Y. I'm going to plug them in, right? And so it's going to be -2 times -8, minus 3 times -7, right? And all that should be less than 6, right? So let's see if it's going to be that. So it's going to be 16 plus 21. And that's supposed to be less than 6. And so this is what? 37 is less than 6. Is that a true statement? No. This is a false statement, right? So 37 is never less than 6. So we know that my solution, so this, the point -8 and -7 never satisfy, sorry, sorry. -8 and -7 never satisfy this inequality. So my shaded area cannot be on that side, right? And so you simply put the shaded area on the other side. That's it, right? So you just choose any point. So what I did in the previous video in the live session is that I used the easiest point on the graph, which is 0, 0. So I always choose 0, 0 because that's the easiest one to plug in and get an answer. Okay, and that's it. That's why I use 0, 0. But you can use any point. You can use any point on either side of the inequality and determine if you have false, then it's not going to be on that side, right? It's going to be on the other side. If it's true, then it's going to be on that side. Okay, with 0, 0, you had 0 is less than 6, and 0 we know is less than 6, so it's true. It's a true statement. So that's why the green area is on this side. Okay, so I hope I clarified your questions, and so I'm going to send that to you in a second. All right.